You are starting new habits or wanting to change your life, focus on how you are feeling because emotions is going to drive you to continue with actions, and emotions are overall powerful. Y'all would know this because if you're going to be sad in your feelings, emotional about the wrong things, what then will happen is that you're noticing it's like a ripple effect. So it's going to carry out onto your habits. It's going to carry out onto self-love is lacking. As your routine might be already in place, you might just kind of go through it quickly or not even do some of it. Now, not to say that you're going to have a great day or a good day every day. It's just the simple facts of you have to be monitoring your emotions. When you're monitoring your emotions, that's going to look like, do I feel unhappy? Did I wake up thinking about something last night that upset me? Am I letting the past still linger in my mind too much? Am I being anxious because I am not focusing on this present moment? How can I make right now that only exists, that only matters, that's only the real? Because tomorrow's not guaranteed, right? Y'all know time is basically an illusion. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So the only time that you have is now. And you know the past is gone. So that can't be present moment. That can't be moments, memories, time that's coming back because it's of the past. So let's just go back to how you only have now. Why would you want to be worried about anything outside of that, right? When God tells us not to be worrying, it's not just for, just to throw it out there, right? It's actual things that are supposed to be taken in and used because it will make our quality of life in this human being experience worth every single moment of it. Instead of wasting each day worrying about the next or worrying about how things just don't look the way it was supposed to or how it's supposed to or how I thought it was going to. Change your emotions and do it slowly while you're being patient with yourself. While you're being patient with yourself will look like picking yourself up and giving yourself grace that day. You woke up late, at least you got up. If you woke up like 3, 4, 6 hours later, at least say, okay, I'm going to have to stay up an hour later than what I'm going to normally sleep at. Or when I feel tired, I'm going to stay up longer to get this project done or to work on something that you know is going to be benefiting you in some way eventually, or it currently could be. So those are things that you have to do because part of your emotions being in check is that you're doing what you can to make yourself feel better. And then when you can implement things afterwards, such as things that are going to be like making up, as I mentioned, or such as things like that can keep you accountable, that's going to help you because you can also feel like, yeah, I'm giving myself grace, but I'm not taking advantage of grace, right? I'm not pushing it to a further extent that I can't handle it. And if you guys do want to get on the line, consultations about wow, I'm trying to say so much at once. You see, in life we got to slow down. I didn't know if I was going to mention it today, but consultations are always available. If you're new to this channel, you now know. Some people know from my other channels, but consultations are available to anybody and everybody. I've talked to many different people, females, males, all types of different situations, experiences that people have went through. And so whatever you're currently dealing with, I can help you, whether it's specifically in your life, specifically even sometimes trying to help out somebody else, whatever the case is. It's not just relationship based and it's not just life in general, but it can be anything. Ideas that maybe you want to start really figuring out what's the best way to go about it, etc. Maybe your emotions in that moment need uplifting boost. So consultations are available, as I said, but there's also so much more available, especially on my Patreon. I have two, but the one you'll notice I'll bring up on this channel will be BBossArmy All In, and that's because that's going to be more of like my all in, all my entire life. That's how I can kind of explain it. I'll talk more about it in a different video, but I don't want it to be me like saying so much. It's just, you'll see it's more vlogs, personal life, etc. But yeah, you could check out the links. And so to kind of get to the wrapping up of this video, I want y'all to really focus on what can you do differently for your emotions to feel better. So let's say if you're like even on a diet and you've been consistent the last like 4 or 5 days, then you fell short or you were craving sugar that day. Like, don't beat yourself up even more because you're telling yourself no, 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 but you have such a huge craving that's bringing you back. I'm not saying that you should cave in, but I'm trying to say that, let's say if you've been at this cycle for like 6 months, and in the last 6 months, every 4 weeks, you keep pulling back. Now you can challenge yourself to say, okay, well, if I do add sugar, or if I do have something that I'm not supposed to, what I'll do to make it up afterwards is spend less time on social media. Because if you're rewiring your mind and you're trying to change the program that's already downloaded in your mind, you have to take out so you can start subconsciously understanding that there's a reason why you're not doing it. And then your brain can naturally and get used to this new habit of, okay, I don't do it because I want to spend that time on socials, or it's worth it for me. It's way worth it more than me having extra sugar that day, or having fast food, or having something that's not just going to be that beneficial for you, or spending money, right? If you're going to be spending money on something you shouldn't be, then you better be taking out for something that you normally get every week or something, or every day or every month or something, right? Something that's already a ritual. If you now end up spending extra money on something new, whatever you normally get, you should not be getting it. And I seriously mean that part. To just give you a simple example, just to show you how simple you can change basic stuff to get your mind tricked to know that you got to do the right things to help your emotions get through the new habits that aren't easily instantly gonna happen, is something such as, like, if you like candles, or if you have a favorite cologne or perfume, those are like luxuries, those are wants, right? And so for some people, they're going to be like, it's a need, or my smell is so key, right? But obviously we know there's things out there that you can substitute, or if you did not realistically have, let's say, the funds because you used it for something else you wanted that month, or something that was extremely on the pricey end, then what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to make it work. So you have to look at it as in, like, your ultimatum lies between two things: make it work while you're changing your emotions, or simply make it worse. Why would you want to make it worse? So choosing making it work is going to be the best, but monitor your emotions just so you know that you're trying to make progress. You're making the progress slowly. You're getting to perfecting it, or let's say mastering it. And at the end of the day, like, be patient with yourself. Yes, give yourself grace. However, don't forget that you do have a lot of potential. So even when you do push yourself, I like to always say, wait off until the next day until you make decisions. That still applies to, in general, with your emotions. Like, if you're on an off day, let's say, right, and you're still having a sense of, like, I want to work a little bit on this off day, this is just an idea, what you have to do is also check with yourself first. Be like, do I feel okay today? Do I feel exhausted? Am I drained out? So you can know the difference of, like, okay, can I push myself a little bit more and I can handle it? Or if I push myself more, it's leading me right to my breaking point and I'm going to burn out extremely. And I feel like you have to really learn about yourself, because one thing I've learned in my journey is that sometimes I used to get mixed up on, like, oh, am I really pushing myself, or am I just leading myself to crashing out, burning out, and not being able to, like, just go all the way and maximize all the way through and keep going. And then I realized, like, okay, I haven't really understood fully that this is what getting close to burning out looks like. My emotions seem more distressed. My emotions seem more overwhelmed because I'm just adding more and more without checking on myself. And it's just adding extra to my pile of things to do, or pile of, oh no, it's a must, this is going to help you stay disciplined, when in all reality I've been so disciplined and I discarded it all, right? And this is why present moment really matters, because if you think about it, you could have had a successful week or a down week, right? But in that present moment, can you look at it and be like, oh, this makes sense why I'm doing it right now? My body is so ready for me to just take 10 minutes of a break, but I rejuvenate in that 10 minutes, compared to when you just go all the way in, no breaks, and then burn out. Now, I'll lastly say this: burnout sometimes can naturally also happen if, let's say, balance is getting like too much and it's overwhelming. I know sometimes, like, especially when people are like full time students, work full time, or if you have kids, or if you're just like trying to juggle life, like in general, if you have work, starting a new hobby or a new venture, or if you're even running a business, like all these things can actually cause burnout. So I feel like as you're monitoring your emotions, keeping track of what can you now implement that you didn't before that can help you now to have better results. And that's just going to lead to like you knowing, okay, this is what I got to do now differently. So I'm going to talk more about this. I literally can make this video like 20-30 minutes easily. However, I do have to do some other stuff. I actually have a call right now, consultation call. So I'll just be coming back with y'all, or coming back to making another video very much soon. Just be on the lookout, always request, all that good stuff. And as I said, consultation link is down below if you do want to get on the line with me. And that's it for this video. I love y'all. Take care of yourself, and I mean that mentally, spiritually, physically, in all aspects. Okay, I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye, y'all.